Now I want to invite you to go to page number 131. Page number 131. It means when the color and styles are no longer beautiful. Because in Excel, we can differentiate by the color. And if you go to next page, 132, for the green alone, it has so many type of green. There's a lime green, neon green, and the next one I can't remember how to pronounce it, emerald green, jade green, and so on. So with just a green alone, has so many variation. Let's experiment. What if our data has some color? How Power Query will behave? So now I want to invite you to open product data. Open the file, product data. Do you see it has some colors? Yeah, some has underline, yellow, red color, all these things. Will Power Query recognize all these colors, yes or no? Just load the data into Power Query and observe how the things go on. Can you see the color inside Power Query? None. So that's the reason why we don't want to use any color coding, any formatting. Even though we spend blood, sweat, and tears to come out with this color line, Power Query cannot recognize. Useless. So we cannot use all these things. So this is just for you to aware such thing exists. So far, okay? So keep raw data. Raw is quite a brief one to let you see what is possible and how we're able to manage our file a little bit differently. So far, okay? Good. So we can close this one, nothing to do here. Just to let you see. And in certain situation, our file, we may have a lot of versions. Let's go to the file. Let's go to the folder called versioning. Last time I encountered this situation. Example is called product data. Then the next one is called product data update. Product data update final. Product update final, newer, latest, final. Oh, you know what is that? Then it will, and eventually we'll see which file is longer name. Have you ever seen this before? Very common, right? Then after a while, which one's latest? Confused, cannot. So now I want to recommend you all to go to page number 142. Page number 142. So I want to recommend you all to use some versioning. Versioning has many ways how we're able to make it work. And let's jump to the page 145. 145. I want to recommend to use semantic versioning on the right side 145. Personally, I use this one a lot. I use this one, it makes the thing much more easier to manage. Let me show you some example. It makes the thing much more relevant. Perhaps product data, I'm still working on the file series called draft. Whenever it's draft, I start with a version 0 point something. Draft 0.1 now. Okay, the next one, even I have slight update from previous one, I can 0.2. Slight update from the previous one is called, but this is final lah. So it's final, boss says it's okay. So 1.0. Whenever it's final, we put the number before the dot. So that's after final, there's some changes. So it's a version 1.1. So it's after one. So and there's another one is called version 1.2. Then continue. Then version 1.3. After that, boss say final again. What will be the version now? Version 2.0. Whenever it says final, there's upgrade another number. So finally, there's another update after version 2.0. There'll be version 2.1. By using this method, it will be easier to know which one is the latest and what has happened. These are the three, okay, maybe I said, these are the two final updates approved by boss, and there are small changes in between them. By using this method, it's very easy to know which one is latest lah. Don't need to guess lor. Just look at the number lah. And sometimes we want to add some so-called remark or annotation about the file. Perhaps this is the version 1 is approved by HOD. So I put some comment on. So at least from here. And maybe version 2 is approved by region team, our region team. So if I use something like this one, if I sort the file name alphabetically, it will sort this part first. And then whatever remaining, it will not influence the sorting so much. Got it? So that's the reason why we have something like this semantic versioning. So this is on the page 145. And in some situation, how many of your company using ISO? Other ISO that? Okay, ISO here has something called versioning on the documentation or SOP. Any changes, they will require some annotation. You can do something similar in Excel if you want to. That will be on the page 143. You can do something similar in your file. And no, 143 is 148. Sorry, it's something that changed a lot. 148. It will just what is the version number and when is that happen and what are the changes. Just doing something similar like this one, especially our file most likely will be inherited to many generations after us. So when you do something like this one, whoever maintain, they will know what has happened previously. Boleh? So this is some idea for you. Personally, I use it for many years. It really helps me to go through a lot of struggle.